And Shalom, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth, peace, and salutations to the hopeful elects. And Shalom to you, Akims, and affiliates like myself that stand strong with Yahweh Shai and receiving our teachings from the apostles and elders of the great millstone. You understand? And we stand strong on that because this is the only place to get the truth, right? From the great millstone. Now, today's lesson is on Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. I thought it'd be appropriate scripture for today. Our people's like a lost sheep. Our people are like a lost sheep, just gone astray in the wilderness. And this wilderness is what? America, Babylon. Our people, go a horn. The Bible says our people go a horn to serve false gods, and we do. I'm Reubenite, all right? And Seminole, Indios, and Choctaw, you see, of the Northern Kingdom. You can see that's on my father's side. My mother's side is Gadite, Cherokee Nation, right? Remember, the Cherokees are the ones that sold us out, right? And sold us all out because they was helping the Edomites, the capture, round us up, even helping them politically, because there are a number of different ways that our country was taken away from us, because we're prisoners of war right now, that were made slaves. We're still under bondage to this very day, you see. And so, but anyway, this Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. Okay? And it reads, "My people has been lost sheep." And that's what our people have been, a lost sheep. You see, a lost sheep amongst all these wolves, warlocks, sheeps, not sheeps, but witches and sorcerers and different things and the like, are all out here to catch our people up and to cast spells on our people, to bring our people down, to keep our people with low vibrations, dealing with our dumbasses, and a lot of our people are dumb. They are in complete darkness. Eve, she is completely dark. She living in her pleasures. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. A woman that's living in her pleasure right now is dead yet while she liveth. Okay, roughly paraphrasing, Salakia. Okay. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. Yeah, they have. The people in these Christian churches. I got a buddy of mine. No, well, he's really not a buddy. He's really not a friend. Even though I've been on it for a long time. Right now, Yahweh is taking me through the Matthew chapter 13 sort of situation where I find myself where I'm coupled up with a terror, T-A-R-E, that I have to live with right now until I get my situation together, And the Lord says, let them both grow together. And the Lord's the one that's going to separate us apart from each other. And casting him into the fire, as stubble, and then bundling me up for the harvest, because I'm the wheat. You see? And he's a terror, an Edomite that looks like one of us. Okay? And I'm low vision blind, and so Yahweh is giving him to me as a servant for right now, going through this affliction of this thorn that's in my side. Low vision blindness. I don't know what any of you brothers may be going through during your time of affliction, of your thorn that's in your side, Paul had a thorn in his side. We have some of us have a thorn in our side. Some of us are able to just freely and free will and nilly move about if they choose. Some of us out here pushing the truth is not quite that fortunate. And so, but we do the best we can on the highways and byways of the horn, the internet. Okay. And so, and it reads, they have turned them away on the mountains, and they have on the hilltops, the mountains, the different governments and peoples and associations and kingdoms and corporations and different things. People have gotten themselves turned away, gone astray from the Lord, from the will of the Lord, and from the listening to the prophets, of the Lord. You see, they don't want to listen. They don't want to hear. They want to hear smooth things. That's what society want to hear. Okay, basically. And they have gone from mountain to hill. You see, been reduced down from what they were. Because of lack of what knowledge, our people are in fact destroyed. They have forgotten their resting place. And our resting place is the kingdom. You see, and the Bible tells us that we're going to enter into the kingdom in labor, enter into our rest, labor into our rest. That's what I'm trying to say. Salakia, we're going to labor into our rest. And so no matter what, brother, there's no turning back. There's no letting go of the plow. There's no any of that. And there's continually going forward, maintaining, striding within Yahweh Shai, having that strength, that power, that will to continue moving forward with resilience, with a constant strive. 1 Timothy's, the 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 10, we do our due diligence to show that the calling of our election is assured. You see, that's why we strive, like Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Having that strike, that power. You know what I'm saying? Because our power is Yahweh Shai. That's what we got. That is our guiding light, our beacon. You see? That's all we're looking forward to. Yahweh Shai says, keep yourselves occupied in the word until he return. And he's coming fast and swiftly. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 17. Israel is a scattered sheep, and our people are. We got people that hopefully next that look like they're Chinese, North Korean, Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? Japanese. Taiwanese. Philippines. Okay, Lebanon. Okay, and so, but coming all out of the woodworks, but they are hope for the next because us Israelite men, we can plant our seed in any woman of any nature, and we can bring back the kingdom of Israelite. Okay, having our seed that we plant in whichever woman of any other race. Okay, other tribes, I should say. The lions have driven him away. Driven who away? You see, the time is coming. Our people have got to lock in to what is the truth of what is really happening. Our people don't even consider Yahweh Shai. First, the king of Assyria had devoured him. You see, Jacob, and last this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had broken his bones. Pardon me. Psalms 119, verse 176. I have gone astray like our sheep, and our people have. Our people don't even go anywhere near toward the truth. They'll gravitate towards a big, large following. Our people, they go with itching ears to hear falsehood. They want to hear smooth talking. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear anything that is properly pertaining to what is the truth and the will of Yahweh Shai. Okay, they don't want to go there. Okay, seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandments. You see, those of us that are servants of Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, we're striding and doing our best, the best of our ability, to what? To obey these righteous instructions. Okay, Judges chapter 5 verse 11. We understand to practice the rehearsing of the righteous acts of obeying Yahweh's laws, statutes, and commandments. We're not going to get it right, no. It's impossible. But the thing is striding to do so. Okay? Striding to do so. Showing you what Yahweh Shai that we got that in us to do that. Okay? Okay. And that's what we do. Okay. And the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of us all. You see, we have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. You see, because our people did that. They turned away from the Lord. The great falling away. When our people decided to what? When the northern kingdom came over here during the Assyrian captivity, we came over here, the Tartarian Empire, Moors, Mours nation, Moors nation, okay? We were overthrown, okay? And much of our technology was taken away, stolen by Esau as Edom, okay? They brought about the great flood, and all these different things, and using our technology to do so. That's why they're able to use the HARP program. The HARP program stands for High Active Aurora Research Program. Okay, where they manipulate the weather. That's our technology. That's not Esau's technology. That's our technology. That comes from us. Okay, the Moors, Mours, not the Moors. The Moors Moors are from Morocco. Right. Those of us that are Mours Moors, we're from here. Okay, we were not brought here on no slave ship. Okay, I come from a long line of chiefs and kings. Chiefs and kings that were here. Okay, when Christopher Columbus came here, he brought Hebrew interpreters. He didn't bring African interpreters, Chinese interpreters, Japanese, Korean interpreters, Afghanistan interpreters. How come? Because we're Hebrews. He brought Hebrew interpreters. That's why, you see. And it was about over 120 million of us here. They slaughtered off over 60 million of us or so. It's only about 40 to 50 million of us left. That was then they started shipping us out during the 1400s, late 1400s, 1500s, shipping us out to Europe, England, Spain, and Africa, and the Caribbeans, shipping us out as Indian slaves, black Indian slaves. Okay, this is what happened in the 1500s. Okay, late 1400s, 1500s, all the 1500s. Okay, and then in the 1600s, 1700s, that's when the southern kingdom, Judites, Benjamites, Levites, were rounded up. And the descendants of the northern kingdom that were taken over there and sold as Indian slaves. Okay, in the 1500s, and now doing in the 1600s, all that rounded back up, 1700s. Okay, and then during 1800s, all the method that transpired here, we were the Mongolian and the Siberian Eskimos and the Chinese were brought in during the 1800s, brought in, shipped in, trained in, and brought in, and they were made the new Indian chiefs. And we had to walk the Trail of Tears, okay? We wanted to keep our Indian name, but once we got there, the U.S. government corporation had to made the new chiefs, Chinese, Mongolians, and Siberian Eskimos, made them the new chiefs, and the new chiefs said and told us that we wasn't Indian enough. Because we were dark. Nigga, we the original. What the hell you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So we were stripped of that. We had to be called, and we were reclassified as Negroes. And then from Negroes to colors, then from colors to black, then from black to African American. That's how we got that title. That's how, we became African, as they say. Matthew chapter 9, verse 36. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them. You see, he felt something. Because it's up to Yahweh is the judge of all matters. It's up to Yahweh to have compassion, mercy and compassion upon whom he chooses. Okay? He was moved with compassion on them because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. You see? As sheep having no shepherd. And it didn't have to be that way, because once we paid our dues for our discretion, transgression, the law. Okay. We should have been, in a proper way with the Lord, but now Esau is Edom decided to take it up an extra notch, and he decided to really take us through all the horrors, the extra horrors that we didn't have to go through. You see, remember, we're twin brothers with Esau, so he was supposed to treat us, like family, right? How do you treat family? According to who you ask. Matthew chapter 10, verse 6. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Flat out. We're gonna leave it there. Hold on. Let's read this, Matthew 15 and 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Flat out. That's what it's about. Okay? Because when you look at who all of this is put together for, the Lord made sure, he made it clear all throughout the Bible, all throughout the Word, that all of this is for who? For Israel, for us, for the 12 tribes. It's not for the rest of the nation. The Lord don't even care nothing about the rest of the nation. They're less than a drop in a bucket. Okay? And so it's all about us. We're what's most important. We're what everybody else wants to be like. They want to be like us. They don't want to love us, but at the same time, they loathe us. The rest of the nations. The Bible tells us what, I think it's Exodus. I think Salakia, the heathens, they envy us, but they can do nothing against us. And right, they envy us. They're so jealous against us. They want to be like us. See, we got this melanin, something that they will never have. We have such a connection with Yahweh, what Yahweh shall. We are cosmos. You see, the rest of the world is not. You see, so we can relish in that. You see, and just think, if a lot of brothers and sisters of our people just realized and knew that one thing, they would think more better of themselves, and a lot of people of our people would not have committed suicide, would not have done all the crazy things that they've done if they only realized, if only knew who they are. Our people don't know who they are. And those of us that do, our people that do know who they are, they caught up with trying to appease the rest of the world. So they trying to serve two gods, two masters, this terror that Yahweh got me with just until we go through the Matthew 13, the wheat and the terror. We going through that. Well, this fool, he wants to try to put. He's a terror, an Edomite that looks like one of us, but he's a terror that looks like one of us. That's an Edomite that's pretending to be a Hebrew Israelite, but at the same time, he attends a Christian Hebrew church, and at the same time, he's friends with Muslims. and sits and chills with Muslims. Yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 38. If a fool be ignorant, then let him. And I've told him, he already know. See, because his great grandfather is an Edomite. So that makes him his grandfather Edomite, which makes him his father Edomite, which makes him an Edomite, and any son that he has afterwards would be also an Edomite. You see, and so that's just the way it is. This is Matthew chapter 18, verse 11. For the Son of Man is come to save that which was lost, and that's us. Okay, that's us. So, brothers and sisters, we're going to go ahead and close it out right there. Lord's will, you were motivated, inspired, okay, or provoked to thought to do better, okay? But the main thing is that you put together some precepts that are in alignment, that you are able to feed the sheep. But that is our main job as a good shepherd of the Lord. As always, we must feed the sheep. So, brothers and sisters, stay strong, hold on, we ain't got long. Keep yourself occupied in the word until the Lord returns. We're waiting on H.I.D to come, because his desire is, Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8, his desire is to gather up all the nations, okay, and pour out his indignation, his weapons of indignation, his desires of indignation upon them. You understand? And so a lot of these foods that you see all around you, a lot of these people that you interact with, these badass, hater-ass goddamn neighbors, and these fools that you have to deal with on the plantation and in your comings and your goings and all this and that and everywhere, just remember, the majority of these people that you see or and interact with, they're all going to be slaughtered. Just remember that. No matter how much shit they talk to you, that's just another little bitch that's going to be slaughtered. No matter how much shit some dumbass nigga talks some shit to you, he just another dumbass nigga that's going to be slaughtered. You know what I'm saying? No matter what's going on, whatever a dumb individual, they're in darkness. They cannot catch a grip. They stumble in darkness and know not what trips them up. And they most definitely are gonna be slaughtered. Just remember that. And so stay strong, hold on. We ain't got long. Just keep your head above, thinking and concentrating on the word. You understand? Because that's what we do. Philippians chapter 3, verse 15, right? No, Salakia. One of you brothers put it in the comment board where we concentrate our thoughts on that Philippians chapter 3, verse 20, is it? We concentrate our thoughts on above. Okay? Salakia. We're going to close that right there. I'd like to give all praise and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth, peace, and salutations, brothers, unto the hope of the legs. Shalom to the hope of the legs.